Dear Albert Jaarsveld, a really honor for me, a great pleasure to open the ceremony together with you. We wait this moment a long time, but now it is we start. I also I'd like to welcome esteemed Christian Köberl, National Member Organization of Austria. Leo Kauppi, Chairman of National Member Organization of Finland, in Institute of Applied Analysis. Okay. And I would like to welcome esteemed Barend Mons, President of CODATA, CODATA President. Особые слова признательности я хотел бы произнести в адрес организаторов встречи, хозяйки этой встречи здесь,
the organizers and the host of this meeting, Alevtina Chernikova, the rector, the head of MISiS, professor, doctor of sciences.
Также я хотел бы обязательно произнести теплые слова нашего активного участника Алексея Gvishiani,
welcome Alexei Gvishiani, Deputy Head of Committee on Systems Analysis of the Russian Academy of Sciences,
Национального комитета по данным для науки и техники Международного
National Committee of CODATA,
академика Российской академии наук.
Academician of the Russian Academy of Sciences.
Я позволю себе выразить такую мысль, что
Let me also mention
более чем десятилетней активной работе академика Gvishiani с коллегами
more than a decade of efforts from Alexei Gvishiani have resulted into our joint meetings and our joint programs. Thank you very much for this.
Ну, я хотел бы продолжить свое приветствие буквально несколькими фразами.
Let me say just a few more words.
Приветствие вот со стороны, скажем, московской половины участников. Сегодня в Москве жаркая очень погода, чудесный день, погода какой-то дельта-выброс температуры, 26 градусов тепла.
It's pretty hot.
Температура для этого периода.
Around 20, which is quite unusual for this time of the year.
Будущей работы. Я думаю, что наша вот эта трехдневная встреча отражает ту важную роль, которую играет современный системный анализ.
3 days will shed some light on the importance of systems analysis.
И думаю, что вот сам факт проведения этой встречи,
and I think that the fact that we are meeting today,
вот то, что мы называем часто научной дипломатией, вот это и есть научная дипломатия, которая работает.
means that we are practicing science diplomacy. So it's science diplomacy in action. I'd like to say that we are living through really tough times now, globally, and IIASA and us have jointly established one of the first international programs and events to approach fundamental virusology issues. So this program is really important as well. I'm confident that our meeting is going to be really fruitful. I'd like to highlight some progress,
связанный с более серьезным, более внимательным отношением к тому, что мы называем научной дипломатией.
more attention is given to science diplomacy. In 2015, we had a meeting and we discussed standalone conferences on science diplomacy and what can be done in this field, and how science diplomacy can assist, say, real diplomacy. We tried to establish a working group, and members of about 160 countries participated in that council meeting. They supported this initiative. 2 weeks ago, we had a meeting of the leading global science foundations, and there many countries raised the issue of adding to the agenda the issue of science diplomacy. I'm confident that our conference will help design new research methods and approaches to reinforce our joint effort, including mathematical methods and other methods. The quality of the sound coming from the MISiS side is really poor. The interpreter apologizes. He can hardly hear the speaker. Our event will support the active progress we have enjoyed in the field of big data. The whole world is now thinking about artificial intelligence, how it can help us address the issues we are facing. I wish you the best of health and a fruitful meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Vladislav, colleagues, let me welcome you. Okay, Vladislav has given me the rights of the host for a short time, and I will ask Albert van Jaarsveld to take the floor.
Thank you very much. From my side, I'd like to wish you all a warm welcome from IIASA. And I'd like to also thank Accommodation Panchenko, Alexei Gvishiani and Alevtina Chernikova for joining us for this very important opening session, together with all our partners that are part of this particular session. As you know, this is a hybrid event, and we'll be joining physically with colleagues from the MISiS studio in Moscow, together with the Zoom conference that you may be part of as well. We will be broadcasting the proceedings globally on the MISiS and the IIASA YouTube channels. And we have a wonderful array of speakers lined up over the next 3 days, both from Austria, Belgium, Egypt, Finland, India, Iran, Israel, Japan, New Zealand, Russia, and the US. So it's a very broad participation that we're very excited about. This particular conference is the Systems Analysis in Eurasia conference. Is the third in the series of IIASA regional conferences. The first was held in Rio de Janeiro in September 2019. The second in Africa, in Pretoria, in December 2019. And now this third meeting happening in April of 2021. We are delighted that we can move ahead with these initiatives, and we will also be looking at a broader Asia meeting to be held in Beijing towards the end of this year. We have an exciting agenda for you, focusing on science diplomacy, as you heard from Vladislav earlier, systems analysis, forests, and data issues. And we would want everybody that's participating to please use freely the comment box that is below the Zoom functionalities, and also to look and join us on the live stream on the video on the IIASA website, which is we will share with you on our comments and chat boxes so that you can actually log in there if you wanted to. We also have a very exciting poster presentation. I think it's the first time I've come across a poster presentation online, and so we're looking forward to that as to how innovative the various participants would be to try and make sure that we have a very thorough engagement with them. And the winner of the Best Poster Presenter will hopefully join us at the regional conference in China towards the end of the year. And so we will invite all of you to please vote for the best poster and make sure that one of the participants can join us at that follow-up conference as well. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all the conference partners, the Russian Academy of Sciences, the Russian Foundation for Basic Research, the National University of Science and Technology, MISiS, Austrian IIASA Committee at the Austrian Academy of Sciences, the Finnish Committee for IIASA, the Committee on Data of the International Science Council, CODATA, as well as support from Systems Analysis Committee of the Russian Academy of Sciences and the Geophysical Center at the Russian Academy of Sciences. Thank you so much for your support and collaboration in this very exciting venture. And I hope all of you will enjoy your sessions, will enjoy the engagement, and that we can all learn something about systems analysis and its applications across the broader Eurasian environment. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and have a good day.
Jaarsveld, thank you very much. Alevtina Chernikova, пожалуйста.
The floor goes to Alevtina Chernikova. Thank you very much, Vladislav, colleagues, scientists, researchers. Let me welcome you at NUST MISiS. We are really honored to host this important event. Systems analysis in Eurasia. I'd like to thank the organizers, the Russian Foundation of Basic Research, the International Institute for Applied Systems Analysis, and other organizers. I'd like to thank the Russian Academy of Sciences, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Thank you for compiling this really interesting agenda for young and other scientists, for those who take their first steps in this field. Colleagues, I'd like to thank the experts, those who decided that we are going to broadcast our conference, and this means that our scientists globally can hear important things on systems analysis. And today, and tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow, we will discuss new ways to tackle the global challenges. We'll discuss the way we can use systems analysis. Well, we understand that national and global challenges cannot be addressed without science. I'm confident that science will help us find solutions to many global challenges. And we can see that systems analysis is gaining importance with time.
достаточно иметь большую скорость для того, чтобы найти те единственно правильные решения.
And we need to move fast to find solutions to the problems we are facing now. Colleagues, I wish you the best of health and a productive event. And I wish you a really interesting project. NUST MISiS is always welcome to new proposals. Thank you very much. Thank you. Christian Köberl, the floor is yours.
Okay. So hello. From my side, my name is Christian Köberl. I'm the chairman of the Austrian National Committee for IIASA, the national member organization of IIASA. Austria is the Austrian Academy of Sciences. I'm not sure. Am I online now, or should I go ahead? Okay. So anyway, the Austrian Academy of Sciences is the national member organization of IIASA in Austria. And Austria also is the host country for IIASA. And that is for a good reason, of course, because Austria is a neutral country. We are one of the United Nations host countries as well. And Austria offers the space of IIASA at no cost. We have had a lot of interactions between IIASA and the Austrian science community, as well as the Austrian representation at IIASA. We have held, for example, over the last approximately 10 years, 1 to 2 joint IIASA Austrian Academy lectures annually. The last one was just yesterday with Sir Peter Gluckman on COVID-19 recovery towards a just and sustainable society. Over the decades, over 60 Austrian institutions were collaborating with IIASA, and that has led to approximately 2,000 joint scientific publications in this period. Most importantly, also for the Austrian science community, IIASA is a great asset for research excellence in Austria. After the University of Vienna, where I happen to be also a professor, IIASA is in the second position with the number of highly cited researchers. And so it is really positively influencing the national research environment in Austria. Also, there's a lot of capacity building going on. More than 30 Austrian early research scientists have participated in the Young Scientist program at IIASA. So, from our point of view, the connection between Austria and IIASA has been a great success story, and we hope that this continues. Next year is the 50th anniversary of IIASA, and we're looking forward for the next 50 years of great joint work. And one of the expressions of this joint research also is that the Austrian National Committee on IIASA is co-organizing this particular meeting. And I would like to acknowledge here in particular Dr. Viktor Bruckmann, who is the secretary of the Austrian National Committee for IIASA, who has been essential in organizing various parts of this meeting. So I would like to wish all participants a great meeting. I think this is a very timely event because especially in these days we find out how important international connection and networking in research is. I wish everybody a great meeting, and I would like to thank especially our hosts in Russia, in Moscow, particularly academician Panchenko. Thank them for the collaboration, and have a great meeting.
Спасибо. Thank you very much. So very warm speech. Thank you. Now I would like to represent the chairman of Finland National Committee of IIASA, Leo Kauppi.
Thank you, and good afternoon from Helsinki. It's really a pleasure to participate in this opening session of this important conference. First of all, I would like to thank all the organizers, particularly, of course, our Russian organizers and IIASA for all the efforts that you had to make before get this conference happen during these difficult times. But finally we are here, and I think it's great because the conference is particularly relevant now. I mean, by now I think we all certainly have recognized that we really live in the world of strong and complex interlinkages and interdependencies in our societies and in the whole world. And unfortunately, the challenges that we face and we have to be able to tackle in order to safeguard our sustainable future, these challenges do not come to us one by one, but in a package which makes the role and importance of systems analysis particularly crucial. I think in all our countries we know that we need really major transformations in our energy, food, transport, and industrial production systems. But how do we find combinations which are sustainable in really all dimensions, which are just and thus acceptable for people, and thus also politically realistic? These are the questions that we all face, and we are looking for answers. And certainly Finland, and I think no country can solve these problems alone. And therefore, we are really happy to collaborate with IIASA and I would say the global IIASA family. In fact, Finland has a very long tradition in collaborating with IIASA at many levels. Of course, scientific community has worked with IIASA since, in fact, the beginning of IIASA. But also, as academician Panchenko talked about science diplomacy, but also science policy interface, I think is really important there, and IIASA has really helped our policymakers in solving various issues in the past, and this collaboration is ongoing, including, in fact, our Prime Minister's office. There are excellent recent examples of these studies, like integrative assessment of plausible futures of the Arctic, and closely related to these transformations needed. IIASA has worked with us on Finland's resilience against the global shocks, as well as structural changes that are needed in the Finnish economy. These are just examples, but I think they also how fruitful this collaboration has been and can be. And I personally see that this conference is really an important step in the further strengthening of collaboration between IIASA and all its NMOs. And therefore, the Finnish IIASA committee is happy to be one of the co-organizers of the conference, and I wish you all very fruitful discussions and successful conference during the coming days. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Алексей Гvishiani, академик Гвишани, Комитет по системному анализу Российской академии наук. Прошу вас.
Alexei Gvishiani, Systems Analysis Committee of the Russian Academy of Sciences. Thank you very much. I'd like to mention a few words about science. Well, it started in Brazil, then it moved to South Africa, then moved to Moscow, so then you will move to China, as you mentioned, and this is a really big thing. Well, IIASA is positioned as a very good, leading institute, providing great conditions for people and for science. So this is a unique place for science. So you can work, you don't get distracted, you don't have to pay taxes, so you don't have to do basically anything but do your work. And you can go for a walk in a beautiful park. Well, that's the way it used to be. And so we can see that the new director brought some new activities on the table, and now IIASA is with us, and this is the first and great experience. So I could say a few words in English, but I'm trying to say it in Russian for the benefit of the Russian speakers to follow me better. Okay, so why is this conference important in this specific time? Well, the pandemic is there, we understand this. And I'd like to say that IIASA is taking an active role in fighting this threat, including fundamental research, and we have a joint program, and we see that scientists from different fields are tackling this issue. And we have a grant for the Geophysical Center of RAS and IIASA joint research. And the important thing is that we are reinforcing our face-to-face collaboration. And we can see that now we are living in a very interesting time. Well, the big data theory became part and parcel of data science. So we can see that this is happening now, and this wasn't possible before. because we didn't have a clear goal, and now we have this goal, we have this vision. We can make the big data move globally. We can see that IIASA is very well equipped for this task. They have supercomputers, and we can install more facilities there and to have this super big data capacity. And the Russian scientific data can also play a role in this process. So we can see that IIASA is having a world tour now, and we are honored to be a part of this tour. I'd like to mention that every region should put on the table the topics of interest. On behalf of the Russian Academy of Sciences, I can say that we are really interested in the data science field. We are interested in the axioms of big data. Not only big data. Now we are in a tremendous time of the paradigm shift. Any type of research usually asked the question, why? And now we can see that we are even trying to understand what exactly it is, what we are trying to research. So we are trying to move ahead in this field of solving an issue and gaining momentum. And for this, we should know this, we should know reasons. Why in China, and where in China coronavirus came from? Who was the first person contracting the disease? And so we need to see what correlates with the coronavirus issue. Okay, people who take a lot of vitamin C and those who take aspirin, are they less vulnerable to coronavirus or not? So these correlations would be great discoveries if they were made. So this is the big data approach. I'd like to say that in this great time for science, we are also tackling an important medical issue. And as Dale Carnegie said, you can take a lemon and make lemonade of it. So this means that we should take this new paradigm on board to tackle this issue. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed.
I would like to announce the president of CODATA, Barend Mons, please.
Thank you very much. I'm Barend Mons, a professor at Leiden University Medical Center, so welcome from the Netherlands. But I'm here as the president of CODATA, and for those who don't know, I think everybody knows, CODATA is the standing committee of that deals with data of the, among others, the International Science Council reporting to UNESCO. So we are really looking at the global level, and we have a decadal plan in development to address the data issues that concern the major sustainable development goals. And one of the things we concluded, of course, is that none of the Sustainable Development Goals can be solved without interdisciplinary and international data exchange. So, in fact, all of them are influencing a system, and therefore we need international applied systems analysis. Now, the good news is there is an institute for that, so we actually have a very strong collaboration with them. And I'm also proud to announce or to mention that the two vice presidents that I have at the moment, one of them in China, Zhang Wei, and one of them is a very strong supporter also of IIASA, which is Leona Rybkina, who's my other vice president, and we work very well together. So I think that the importance of this meeting is that we believe very strongly that if we want to do what Alexei also said, to make optimal use of big data, we need to make the data AI, artificial intelligence, ready. And I'm the final author of the chair paper, which is findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable data. But now, especially the Americans have turned around that acronym into fully AI ready data. There again. So I think if you really want to go cross-disciplinary and cross-regional and use enormous amounts of data to address the Sustainable Development Goals, we need to have the systems approach all over the place. We need to make sure that the data are interoperable and reusable across regions and disciplines, which is a huge effort. And therefore, we strongly support something where I really hope also Russia will join soon, more strongly than it did so far, and this is what we call the Global Open Science Cloud. So we have the European Open Science Cloud, of course. We have similar initiatives in China, in Australia, and everywhere. But we need a global open science cloud, and together with CODATA, the Chinese government has taken some initiative to kickstart meetings around that with €1 million to start with, and we are very much involved as CODATA to get that. And I really believe this meeting could be extremely important for certain regions to join the initiative. I wish you a very important and fruitful meeting, and I'll be coming back several times and also speak later on the meeting. Thank you very much.
We've come to the closing session. We're going to start this session with a video from academician Vladislav Panchenko.
Dear friends and colleagues, the past 3 days of our online meeting have demonstrated the unique nature of the scientific interest and even scientific curiosity. We tried to bring together diverse opinions, views, and perspectives. Key speakers report to us on the progress of the system analysis in relation to the science diplomacy. In relation to integrated approaches need to address global and regional challenges facing Eurasia and its sub-regions, and in relation to the power of system analysis and the data management. The feedback from our online participants was open and friendly. In reflect our mutual ownership of the proposed methodologies and strong expectations for our future collective research activities. We have enjoyed a good number of bright presentations. I wish to thank individually to each of them, and I want to acknowledge the modern leadership shown by IIASA Director General, CEO Dr. Albert van Jaarsveld. MGIMO University Rector Academician Anatoly Turkunov, Chair of Russia Academy of Science Council of Arctic and Antarctic Studies, Academician Alexei Gvishiani, Deputy Director of the RAS Geophysical Center, Dr. Alena Rybkina. I opened our meeting with the call for success, and we have achieved it. Now, in my view, we are at the frontier of where to go next. I thank you for your active participation and look forward to working with all of you in the nearest future. We are close our meeting. I leave it enrichment by guidance of participants and enhanced by their support. In our spirit of innovation, backed by applied systems analysis, let us continue our research efforts. I would like to express my special gratitude to the National University MISiS Rector, Professor Alevtina Chernikova, for the hospitality and brilliant opportunity to successfully hold this remarkable event. Thank you of all of you for active participation, dedication, and dedication to solve acute problems of applied system analysis. Thank you very much again.
So thank you. I'd like to pass the floor to Dr. Albert van Jaarsveld, Director General of IIASA, to close the conference.
Thank you, Ian, and thank you everybody for a very exciting engagement across the board. During this conference, we covered topics like science diplomacy, systems analysis, forest data, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the participants that participated. We really enjoyed the engagement, and it was good to get to know research work that's going on in different parts of the world that's relevant and topical at the moment. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate some of our junior scientists and senior scientists that participated in our poster, rapid poster sessions that we had in the symposium. And I'd like to make an announcement that we have a winner for our best poster competition. The winner is Purnima Kumar from the Center for Study of Science, Technology and Policy, CSTEP in India, for a poster on sustainable alternative futures for urbanization in India. We will certainly engage with Purnima, and I'd like to first of all congratulate her, but secondly, I hope that she will join us physically or virtually, depending on the COVID realities, in Beijing, China, towards the end of this year, hopefully, to again present her poster at that particular occasion. So congratulations to her and everybody involved in the research for that particular achievement. I would like to also take this opportunity to thank all the conference partners, Russian Academy of Sciences, the Russian Foundation for Basic Research, National University of Science and Technology, the Austrian IIASA committee at the Austrian Academy of Sciences, our Finnish committee for IIASA, the Committee on Data of the International Science Council, as well as support from the Systems Analysis Committee of the Russian Academy of Sciences and the Geophysical Center of the Russian Academy of Sciences. In particular, I'd like to thank the committee members that were involved in setting up this occasion, Elena Rubinskaya, Jana Ruas, Elena Rybkina, Victor Brookman, and the co-chairs and deputy chairs for the symposium, Ian Stewart, Igor Sheremet, Alexei Gvishiani, Alevtina, Chernikova, Barend, Mons, and Vladislav Panchenko. Thank you, all of you, for a wonderful occasion, and I hope that many of you will join us again at later symposiums, but also again next year when IIASA has got the privilege of celebrating its 50th anniversary in 2022. So please keep your eyes open for opportunities for engagement and participating in some of the activities that will be associated with the 50th year celebration of IIASA. So I hope, and I'm getting this right, Shimpoka, Thank you very much, and goodbye, everybody. See you in China, physically or virtually. Have a wonderful evening or afternoon or morning. Thank you.